5 years ago, this comparison would have been easy. The SIG P365 XL simply held more rounds. That was the biggest reason people switched from Glock. But today, that's no longer true. Glock finally answered. Factory 15-round OEM magazines. Take your 10-round magazines and throw them out the window. But here's the real question. Did Glock just erase the P365 XL's biggest advantage? Or does SIG still quietly outperform where it matters most? And by the end of this video, I'll tell you exactly which one I'll be carrying today and I'd carry tomorrow. One of those answers actually surprised me. Welcome back to Glockaholic 76. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoy this video, hit that like button at the end. It helps us get these videos in front of more people who enjoy firearms and concealed carry just like you. Today we're putting two of the most talked about concealed carry guns head to head. The Glock 43X with the brand new OEM 15-round magazines against the SIG P365 wearing the Wilson Combat Grip Module. Most people think this comparison comes down to capacity. Well, it doesn't, because when you actually compare capacity, these options, they're very similar. Capacity was just the excuse. The real difference is how these guns fit in your hand, how they shoot, and how they conceal, which one you'll actually trust when everything matters. Later, I'm going to show you the one thing that SIG still does noticeably better, and it's probably not what you think. I bought the Glock 43X because I always believed it was one of the easiest pistols to shoot well and conceal. The grip angle feels familiar. The triggers in Glocks are predictable. The controls are simple. And Glock has earned a reputation for reliability over decades. Then the SIG P365 XL came along. More rounds, excellent ergonomics, a great trigger, a fantastic optic-ready platform, and honestly, I understood why so many people switched. Then Glock released the factory 15-round OEM magazines, and suddenly the biggest reason people left the Glock 43X has disappeared. Something happened after shooting both of these side by side for months. Here's something many new shooters don't realize. The Glock 43X was that sweet spot in between the Glock 26 and the Glock 19. It's thinner, it's lighter, holds more rounds than your Glock 26, and your Glock 19 in standard configurations, it equals with rounds, and it's still lighter and slimmer, which for a lot of people make concealed carry easier and more comfortable. The P365 changed the concealed carry market almost overnight. Before it arrived, most slim pistols held 6, 8 rounds. Pistols like your original Shield, and size-wise, there wasn't a whole lot of difference in comparison. So why not have the same size pistol with more capacity? SIG showed manufacturers that shooters wanted full-size capacity in a compact pistol. The industry had to change. On here I have the O-Sight SE direct mounted to the slide. It's a great option. Now with the SIG P365 XL, also 9mm, holds 12 rounds standard. I have a Magguts +2 plate in here, which this is 14 rounds. It gets you that slim fit. This has got a 3.7-inch barrel, so the barrel is just a smidge longer than in your Glock 43X, but the slide lengths on these two pistols are very, very similar. So there is that. And then you have the weight on this is a little over 20 ounces, so you do have a lighter pistol. However, in the hand, I don't know where those measurements actually come from. And if you add the metal magazines now, these pistols are very, very, very similar in weight and size. On paper, they're very, very close. Today, they're closer than they've ever been. Paper specs don't always explain why one of these feel dramatically different doing some rapid fire drills at the range than the other. The grips on these two pistols, now with this particular setup, this is your XL or macro length slide. There's no comp in this, no integration, nothing like that. The slides are identical. This is, however, your XL length frame. This is a Wilson Combat grip module. For me, it just fits better in the hand. There's also some tungsten weights in here, so you do have a little bit more of this pushing back in your hand, and the gun doesn't want to fly forward as much. I do use the TLR 7X Streamlight on the end here, so it does give it a little bit more weight when you're not shooting, but it really does help mitigate when it comes to recoil management. This adds the texture with the improved recoil control. It's one of my favorite aftermarket grip modules out there. Not sponsored by Wilson Combat, but it is a great grip module. It improves ergonomics for me. It gives a little bit of a bump in the front here and a little bit better undercut. The macro grip module would be longer and allow you to flush fit your 17 round macro magazines. In this particular pistol, if I put a 17 round macro magazine, you can see how it sticks out on the end. So that would be kind of your macro length. And quite honestly, for me, this is the perfect kind of sweet spot for the SIG P365 grip, but your mileage may vary. As far as the triggers go, the SIG, for me, has always had a clean break. These pistols are all clear. There is no ammo anywhere on the table. Let's open these all up. The SIG trigger just has a cleaner break. You take it up to the wall, and then it will break. Now, there is a little bit of a hiccup there. There's your nice sound, your audible reset, and then a little bit of, here's your wall. And then if you can see, there's a little bit of play before the break, but you can definitely stage that there, and then you get your break, and then your reset comes out, and there you go. I think most shooters really will enjoy that. Now the Glock trigger, this particular trigger I swapped out with an Apex trigger, not sponsored, but the original Glock trigger has like serrations on the side, which for me personally are uncomfortable. Some people like them, and the dingus in the middle doesn't sit flush for me. I replaced it with the Apex trigger. If you watch this break here, there's a little bit of take up there, and a little bit of break afterwards, and then your reset here, solid and tactile, but you can see there's a little bit of mush there after the wall. Let me line it up, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of mush, but so it kind of pulls through as opposed to a snap, where you might get that term snappy Glock 43X that we hear all the time, and I think that's maybe part of it. Who knows? I am not a gunsmith, and I don't pretend to be. The Glock is still predictable, it's consistent, and it's easy to learn if you are a Glock fan or you have used Glock pistols previously. I remember when everyone said you had to buy aftermarket magazines for your Glock just to be competitive. You needed to get those 15 round magazines, whether they were from PSA or Shield Arms. But now that solution directly comes from Glock. That changed the trust equation for a lot of those concealed carriers who owned a Glock 43X or were considering purchasing one, because it gives you that better capacity, and there really wasn't an argument anymore of which gun can hold more bullets. Became a non-issue. I don't find this as flippy. I know a lot of folks do. For me, it's more in my trigger finger is where I feel the recoil. Now the SIG, in this configuration, I do have a SIG Spectra, which has the integrated comp on the front, almost removes the flippiness, but this particular pistol does flip a little bit more, which is why I have the weight here and the weight in the grip to help offset that. But neither are unpleasant, both are easy to control, and for me, I shoot both of them fairly well. And accuracy, they're both far more accurate than most shooters, especially at defensive distances. This surprised me. I consistently shoot the Glock slightly faster because the gun simply points more natural for me, because I am used to the Glock angle. If you're a straight point shooter and you're using your indexing points, whether it's your thumbs and your index finger, and you find a good spot, for me, if you notice, there's a little dot on here, and that's my indexing point for a SIG. So if I put my finger on there, I am going to point that at my target, and my red dot optic is going to be on target, and that's my indexing point, that's how I point it. And as you can see, it's probably even angled down because that's more of how your Glock is. And with these, I just point Glock naturally. I've been using Glocks for so many years. Just the angle itself automatically, from muscle memory, makes me put a Glock on target. Reliability, the new factory magazines, although they're still being tested, and the overall consensus right now is they're working. They're working fine. There's a couple of hiccups here and there, like with any new product, but for years, many Glock owners have relied on those aftermarket magazines for the Glock 43X just to match the SIG's capacity. And now you don't have to do that. So for many carriers, I think that is a huge deal. And SIG, I think the outstanding ergonomics, even in the standard grip module that you get with the XL, they're thinner. Arguably out of the box, the SIG is going to have a better trigger. With Glocks, the triggers are just not exciting. And I think that's probably, if anything, the biggest con with your 43X. Now, your SIG, the grip module and the controls are excellent. Grip module, and to be able to swap this out, put a new grip module on, use this slide, or if you wanted to go back and use something like your original P365 slide on this. I mean, this is an optic ready, but if I wanted a longer grip with a shorter slide, and boom, there I have a P365X. Which one would I trust if it came down to one of these? This is where the internet usually wants a winner. I don't think it's that simple. If you've already invested in the SIG ecosystem, then I wouldn't rush to switch. The P365 XL is still one of the best concealed carry pistols ever made. But if you're a Glock guy and you've always wanted a Glock 43X, the new OEM 43X magazines, well, that kind of removes one of the biggest objections people had. Would I trust either of these to protect myself, my family? Absolutely. But if I had to grab one today, it's going to be the Glock 43X with the new 15-round OEM magazines. For me, Glock finally closed the gap. If you find this video helpful and you want to see more Glockaholic 76, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you like this video, hit that like button. It really helps our channel grow. If you didn't like it, that's okay too. But I do want to hear from you in the comments. Have the new OEM Glock 15-round magazines changed your opinion of the Glock 43X, or are you still carrying a SIG P365 or a P365 XL, a macro, an XCOM, any of the varieties out there? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them. As always, train smart, shoot often, stay ready. Glockaholic 76. Talk to you soon.